What's up guys, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. Something a little bit different, but something that I think you guys would be interested in because it is RC related. I love these type of things, I love small engineering, and that's what this guy is. This is the Toven 4-stroke single cylinder overhead cam engine. It's pretty damn cool. Not only does it look cool, but it also is functional. Some people like to run nitro, 2-stroke. You can use this instead. Now, links are in the description when I go check it out. There is a water-cooled version and there is an air-cooled version, which this one is. They both do the same thing. They both can run on gasoline or methanol, which is sick. This one is the methanol version, and as you can see, it's air-cooled. It's pretty damn cool. Just check it out. Well, it looks like a basic engine, doesn't it? Cool thing about it, it also has a starter motor. Look, I don't know about you guys, but I really like it. So you got your crank shaft at the bottom of the crankshaft pulley, you got your timing belt, you got your cam just up here as well, and underneath there is your cam cover. You got your little rockers and exhaust and inlet valve, all that kind of cool stuff. So I think this would appeal to a lot of people, because I have a pretty good idea what I want to do with it. Remember the 1/8 scale Defender that I did? Well, if you haven't, check out that video. I wouldn't mind putting this guy in there. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be something different? Because it looks, it's the Defender's 1/8 scale. This looks like it'll fit perfectly under the hood. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll definitely will give it a go, because I think it'll be a great idea and a great a project you guys can follow on. So, wow, isn't that cool? If you're still interested, I hope you are, check out the links in the description. Also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Click that little notification bell so you get notified of all the latest videos regarding this motor. And I'll unbox it, show you what you need, what you get in the box, and also the accessory pack that you can if you want to hook up the starter and you can put a glow plug onto it, or you can put a actual spark plug if you use the gasoline version. So stick around, hopefully get this guy started, and should be good. Here it is. Super pumped about this because I have a really special project to put it in now. Hope it works. We can only try. So here it is, the Toyan FS S100 4-stroke overhead cam engine. Now, it's not just a toy, it actually does work, and you can use it instead of you want to use nitro 2-stroke, you can use this guy and have something a little bit different. But check it out, it's in a nice, really real timber. Nice presentation so far, and I've seen these on the internet so far. There's a few of them going around, but none with a project that I wouldn't mind doing. So let's check it out here. Now, this one here is the air-cooled version. There is several different types. There is an air-cooled and one that runs water and air, so you can run either of. But I'm probably not going to run water on the other one. I have two coming. So I've got this one and I've got the water-cooled version coming. Links in the description when I go check it out. So first up, we got some spare grease, because you need to make sure the rockets for the cam and everything are all nicely lubed up at all times. Here are the little fan blades that you need to attach to the front of the engine, but we'll do that later on. Hardware screws to attach the starter motor. Yes, it's got its own little starter motor down there. Pretty damn sweet. And while we're talking about the starter motor, there it is. So it's a brushless motor, and obviously when you push the little starter button, it'll initiate via the belt here, and it'll turn it over, and once you take your finger off, it'll stop spinning just like a normal car. So there's your starter motor belt. Pretty damn sweet. I'm just getting all the accessories out of the way before we get to the dual. And there is all the exhaust that you screw onto the side. And here is the motor itself. It's wedged in here nicely. Now, quick specs about this. The practical RPM, it says 2,500 to 13,500 RPM with a 0.5 horsepower displacement at 11,500 RPM. So yeah, it does work. It's got a 3.5 cc, bore of 16.6 millimeters, a stroke of 17 millimeters, and it weighs around about 380 grams. So there you go, some few specs for you spec nerds. There we go. How cool is that? So you got your exhaust, you got your fuel pressure line there. This little port in here, that's for your excess oil. Pretty damn sweet. Main needle valve, obviously, where your fuel goes in, and your little carburetor. Everything should be tuned from the factory, but you can always tune it up if you see fit. This guy here is for your little idle screw there, but hopefully we'll plug everything in and hopefully it just works from the get-go. But let's have a little quick browse around the actual motor itself, or the engine, sorry. Got your main body. As you can see, it's got fins in it. The water-cooled version has another pipe where you can attach a water pump to it, or you can just run it air-cooled. But like I said, I've got one of those coming on. I'll leave the link in the description for that as well, and that'll be on the channel later on in another video. But obviously down here we have your crankshaft will be down there. That's your crankshaft pulley. Runs up here with your timing belt that runs over the fan. That's what those fan blades are for, so you attach it to here. This is just a guide onto your camshaft pulley, because underneath here is your camshaft. Single overhead cam, 4-stroke engine. How cool is that? Now under there is just an exhaust. That's your fuel pressure line as well. On the side here you have your starter motor pulley, and you have your flywheel. Now I have to get some additional parts so I can attach a normal style clutch onto this, so I can actually get the power out of it with like a normal 2-stroke engine style one there. So as you can see, you rotate it, it all rotates nice, and apparently these function and perform really well and hold a tune, which I'm really interested to see. Now when you buy the motor by itself, it doesn't come with a plug or anything like that. You have to buy that additional, but I'll leave a link for that if you want to go check all that out. But I'm just in awe of the manufacturing. Now I know it's not RC yet, but it will be if my project goes together. And that project, I wouldn't mind trying fitting this into that 1/8 scale Land Rover, the orange one they had on my channel later. I'll see if I can get it down later on and see if I can, even if it will work, because I think it'll be damn cool. What I'll do, I'll take off the cam cover there. Now Toyaan make they have a fair few motors. I think they've got a V, a 4-cylinder as well, I think. There's some really, really beautiful models. Cool, peanut butter jelly time. Look at all that. Looks like jam in there. But as you can see here, there's your camshaft, and there are your little your cam rockers there, and the cam lobe. So it's a 4-stroke, obviously. Intake, compression, power, and exhaust. Really, really sweet. I'm loving it. I hope you guys are too. I know a lot of my viewers love all these kind of mechanical things as well. But that's why that spare grease is for, just to lube up in there. You know, every few runs, I guess it's easy to do. Just take off that little head there and you can have a look inside, and if you need to grease it up, so be it. You wouldn't want to get your little feeler gauge and check the gaps in those, would you? They are tiny. There you go. Really cool, eh guys? Tiny little camshaft. And your rockers and the lifters. There's not many lifters, I think, because it's just lifting straight off there, pushing down on that valve, I presume. Pretty cool. Any 4-stroke experts, leave your comments down below. But let's put this guy on, and because I want to run it in a car, there are several other accessories that you can purchase from Toyaan, which makes it into pretty much ready to rock and roll. So you can push the little starter button and your car will be ready to, you can have it all kind of situated in what I want for my particular instance. So this guy here, now this attaches to the glow plug or the spark plug. You can run this motor gasoline or methanol. I'll be running 25% nitro, so basically methanol, but this works with the glow plug as well, because I'll show you which one includes it. But this is like the timing system. So when you push the starter button, it starts it, it ignites the glow plug, saves you having to use a traditional style glow starter. This all works with it. So you've got an earth just there, you got a plug in the top of the glow plug, and you got power. Now I've got to wire all this up later. You get a spare F-style connector for the plug. So here is the unit for the actual starter motor, because it is a brushless motor, has its own little system here. Now it's called the Starter Toyan Propo 2 to 3S starter controller. It's got a Beck 5 volt at 2 amps. So this plugs in to your starter motor on the side, basic brushless motor, and it controls it when you trigger it with this switch. Now, pretty sure you can probably rig up a traditional style push button, but it includes this servo controller, so you kind of plug everything up, plug this in there, argument's sake, and so into there, and you just turn the switch and it will crank over the motor, gets compression, and with this system here igniting it at the same time, because you hook it all up together. What I've asked Toyan how to do this, and they basically said you power all this together into one positive and negative, and you run a 3S LiPo battery ready to rock and roll. So I guess you can just piggyback that onto each other, and so once it starts, it ignites the glow plug, spins the motor, and yeah, you cook them with gas, I presume. Comes with a basic HSP fuel tank, spare fuel tubing, and also an F-type glow plug, so that's specifically for 4-stroke engines. So that is the kit. You can also buy other things. You can also get the clutch bell, like a mount as well, if you just want to mount it for display purposes, like it's a little aluminium tray. You can also get that as well. So, well, I remember, before I screw that down, here is the exhaust. So that just goes in here. There we go there. Exhaust is ready to rock and roll, and I'll, before I forget, I'll screw this down. Now, I've got to try manage and plug up everything and wire up everything to get this guy started. So I'll get this done and see if I can get that actually working, because it seems a little bit tedious from first looking at it, but I think it'll be fine because it's my first time doing it, and I need to get it working anyway. So I'll get this all cinched down, don't need to go crazy on that, and we'll try and set this guy up on the bench at least for part one, because it's going to be a multi-part series obviously. Trying to put that into an RC car. Well, they actually, it might be a little bit tricky, but they actually have a kit, I think, on their website that you can actually use this in a car already. It's like a crawler chassis. So yeah, that's pretty sweet if you want to buy them pre-done. If not, use your imagination like me and see what we can come up with. It's all about making this hobby fun and something a little bit different, tightened up and ready to go. So I'll put the fan blades on. Nothing, not going to bore you too much. It's just 2, 4, 6, 7 fan blades. You'll see it on later on, but awesome. Okay, I installed the fan, and as you can see, it looks much more like a motor, doesn't it? It's pretty sweet. Motor, engine, not too sure you want to call it, but yeah, wow. Just check out that. I just think it looks cool on the shelf. The awesome thing about it, it actually runs as well. You can't beat that. So cool. So cool. I love engineering little things like this. Really gets me going. But on that note, next step is to install a little starter motor. Super simple. So we've got this little pamphlet that tells you what to do. It's got the accessories that you need, 2 screws and 2 washers on the back side. just there, so it's pretty simple. On the side of the motor it's got the holes that you need to use, but just make sure that it's the 2 top ones, not these 2 bottom ones. It's pretty easy anyway. They only line up. The only ones you need will line up anyway. So put one of these through, put this in, and then once you do that you can get the tension right. So I'll put these in and then I can show you how to tension it up, because it's a little bit hard to do on camera. So once these are down, you can see there is movement now to adjust the tension on the belt, just enough. So I'm going to put the belt on and just have it loose so you can slip it over, just like that. And then you can adjust the tension on the belt. Pretty easy, pretty simple too. So you want it a little bit tighter, just so it grips, but there we go. Awesome. I'll do these up and then we'll move on to the next step. And there we have it, ready to rock and roll. Awesome. So I need to plug up everything. Now I've got to find I want to see if I can put this on like a little temporary bench so it doesn't rock around when I start it all up. And I've got to get all this all sorted out. Maybe you can just, because these really need to put these together, these 2 connections, so I can run it as one 3S. They recommend 11.1 volt, like 25C. C rating to get it all going. So if I can just manage to put everything down, even get the power to it, then we can definitely start it before this video, because I need to start it at least. And at least it does include the fuel tubing, which you'd need to run 2 sets, because you need it for the actual feed and the pressure. So you need to run one running down here on the side of the exhaust, just there, and one also on the main needle as well. So figure out how much we need, how much tubing we need, and then yeah, we'll figure it out. Let me see what I can get up to first and see you in a bit. Alright, it's all mounted, and yes, that is a chopping board, and it's plastic, it's easy to mount up. I just wanted to get everything situated on there so it's not mucking around, moving around. I have to try to hold it in one hand, all that kind of good stuff. So basically, this is the starting unit, and the one that gives you spark for the glow plug. That's a little starter on and off switch per se. You have your starter motor that the wires run around there to the starter motor. It's a brushless system, so if it's the wrong way around, if it's not cranking the motor, you just flip the wires around the other way. For the igniter, you got your positive, and you've got an earth that you just run to the side of the motor there. Your fuel pressure, and obviously your main fuel to the carburetor there, and that's basically everything. Is just double-sided tape down and a little bit of cable ties, but that's it. That's my little test mule. So let me put the camera up onto the tripod so you get a nice steady shot, and let's fire this bad boy up. All you need to do, I've got 25% nitro in there as well, so if you hook everything up, it should chime as it does, and you just need to turn this switch until the engine conks over. Now I haven't put a little return spring, everything is just basically stock. I just want to get it running and see how it goes. So yes. How sick does that sound? I haven't mucked around with any of the screws. Yeah. As long as it's blowing smoke, which it is, which is good. The little exhaust just here. How cool is that, guys? been a while. So it's been a while since I've smelled that lovely smell from the two-stroke, from the nitro oil and the fuel and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I shut it off by just putting my finger over the carburetor there. Pretty simple stuff. I can show you that again, but I'll put the camera back. Oh wow, this is cool. They haven't changed anything, guys. That's stock settings. You can always adjust the idle and the richness of the, or how lean or how rich the fuel is, obviously. But let's just get that going again. I'll show you how to turn it off. Look at that. Simple as that. I am super impressed. So obviously once it's started, like the normal glow plug igniter, you take it off, and that goes with this as well. So once it's started, you can just unplug it, because that glow is sustained and it ignites the fuel. 4-stroke, intake, compression, power and exhaust, and that's all happening in this little single overhead cam 4-stroke motor. I'm pretty impressed, guys. What do you guys think? Now, you know, obviously these come at a bit of a cost, a bit of a premium, but you do get a pretty well engineered little device, and I haven't really seen a motor that has like a little starter motor and just this little concept, as you see here. I'm sure there is in the plane world and all that kind of stuff, which I'm pretty sure there would be 4-stroke motors, but yeah, pretty cool. One thing I do need to add, this little tube here is the excess oil which comes out of the bottom of the crankcase. You can put like attach like a little bottle up to it so it captures it, and that's about it. I haven't done that yet. I just had it started because I just wanted to see how it looks. Now, what I want to put this motor in is hopefully the 1/8 scale crawler. Now, I don't know if it's going to work or it's going to fit, but stay tuned for that video, guys. That'll be upcoming. I definitely wouldn't mind trying something different, or if there's some other model RC car that you think I should try put this in, let me know. I've got a couple of like Jeep Sawbacks, on-road car, maybe that'll do in an on-road car. I'm going to have to wait till I actually get the clutch bell so I can transfer the power from flywheel to the gearbox of the car, or the spur gear, for example. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you want to go check it out, links are in the description where you can purchase this from. But yeah, I think I'll start it again, and then I'll leave you guys to it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get it started again. And yeah, if you haven't, please subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and also like the video if you actually did like it, because I hope you did, because I sure as hell like this little engine. Love it.